How did you find out that this had happened on the freeway?
I found out the next day, actually from a coworker, and I was like, man, that's terrible. And then I received a phone call before my shift ended that day, probably around 2 o'clock time frame, from the school principal that had called me and said that Mikaydyn was being questioned by a couple of detectives, that I need to get up there. My first thought was here's maybe another incident that occurred with another individual. You know, that's the only thing that I could think of.
So you didn't connect the two events when they called you?
Not at all.
So did you leave your shift and go to school?
I left my shift and went to the school.
When was the first moment that you found out they were questioning Mikaydyn about what happened on the overpass?
Yeah, when I got into the room, then they introduced themselves as their detectives' names and what the incident was about.
What did they say to you?
They told me that Mikaydyn had just wrote a statement on paper. They told me that he was part of the 5 boys that were supposed to be the ones involved in the rock throwing.
At that point, did you know that someone had died?
Yes, I did.
Was that on the news that night, or did you hear it from your friend at work?
Apparently it was on the news that afternoon, because a friend of mine at work had told me that he had heard about it on the radio, and then it kind of hit home.
Just as a dad, take me through that moment when a detective has just told you that your son has just written a statement about being involved in an incident where a man was killed. What went through your mind at that point?
Total devastation. I didn't know exactly how to register that right off the bat. It was powerful. It was hurtful. I felt really bad for the whole situation. It's difficult and hard to explain.
Well, try for me. I mean, this is your son.
To know that just a couple hours prior to this, I had heard this from a coworker, and to now sitting right next to my son that is the accused of this situation, I don't have words to explain that.
Did you read what he had written?
I did read it.
And what did it say?
Very little. I'm not sure if I should talk about that.
But when you read the statement, it was incriminating.
It was incriminating.
Now, he's 16, and they questioned him without you being there?
And I had raised that question, and they told me that it is lawful and they could do that because he was 16 years old, that he could give a statement without a parent being present.
Now, there are reports that one of the boys turned themselves in. Is that true?
I heard that, but I'm not positive.
I've also heard that there was a tip on social media that somebody picked up. Had you heard that?
I did.
Did you read what was on social media?
I did not read the tip.
And did they tell you what he was being charged with?
They kind of left that open at the time. They said that they had enough evidence that they were going to take them down for the incident that happened on the Dodge Road Bridge.
Did he leave school that day in handcuffs?
Yes, he left school that day in the handcuffs.
Along with 2 other boys?
2 other boys.
So he's charged with what now, to your understanding?
They're charged with 2nd-degree murder and some other charges. I think there's a total of 10 charges altogether.
How did you feel when you understood that your son was being charged as an adult with 2nd-degree murder?
I never thought in a million years that I would ever face anything like that, and especially coming from one of my own. You know, an incident involving somebody dying is devastating.